Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV, and welcome to the virtual sprint car capital of the world. The Knoxville Raceway plays host to round number 10 of the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. Brett Wheeler will be joined by Jerry Vansickle here in just a few moments' time. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go qualifying here at the Knoxville Raceway, and already coming into tonight, we see Tyler Shell going to wrap up the championship. He'll now walk away with $600 in his back pocket. We're just going to change a few things. We do have a new PC as well, so we're just trying to get things sorted out, so bear with us on that one. Ernie Williams Jr., 9th quick, 15.537. Gregory LeMay in the School of Sim Racing, number 99 machine. Doing well. Welcome everybody out there on Facebook and YouTube, and also big thanks to, of course, iRacing for putting us on the iRacing Live page as well. We hope that you enjoy the coverage here. So yes, as I said, Tyler Shell already walking away with $600 cold hard cash, and he can walk away with an extra $50 tonight. There was a bounty put on his head after winning the last 8 out of the 9 weeks. The only other week that he's not won, he finished second to Ernie Williams Jr. That was in round 1 at Eldora. As Tyler Shell jumps to 4th quick, you're watching Aiden Berlin podiumed last week at the dirt track at Charlotte, I believe we're at. And we'll see where Aiden Berlin with a 15.283. He'll jump to 15th quick. And again, that'll be the 19 cars that have taken the lap time here at the virtual Knoxville Raceway. So if someone can beat Tyler Shell in the 35 lap main event, they're going to pocket themselves an extra $50. The battle for second and third, however, is heating up. I believe there was just 6 points separating the drivers that sit second and third. That is Ernie Williams Jr. and Richie Preston. As qualifying is now complete, and now we move our attention to heat racing action. But first, let's take a look at those official qualifying results. Gregory LeMay for School of Sim Racing, 15.116, and there's a quarter of a second between the top 18 drivers. Again, 19 drivers took time, so we'll move into 3 heat races here. Gregory LeMay, Richie Preston, and David Hallett. Well, they're going to earn themselves a pole position in the 3 heat races here tonight. Let's take a look. Heat race number 1, the Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, and the School of Sim Racing number 99, Gregory LeMay Jr. will start on pole. He's outside. For Elbows Up Sim Sports, it's the number 85 machine of Tyler Shell, position number 2. Second row inside, out of position at number 3, driving the 2M, that's Jamie McCarron, and he's outside. In the 14 machine, that'll be Phil Croach, out of position number 4. Rolling off out of position number 5. In caliber 50, that'll be Timothy Smith, and he's outside. It's going to be Kyle Swader in the 24, position 6. And Joe Garcia for Open Wheel Mafia. He will roll off out of position number 7. Hello, Kenneth again. Hello, everybody out there in Facebook and YouTube land. Again, heat race number 1. 3 heat races on the program here tonight. Take up the final round of the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Car Series here. Sprint Car capital of the world. The Knoxville Raceway. It's been a wonderful 10 weeks. And after the post-race interviews tonight, we'll chat with the brains behind the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Wing Sprint Car Series, and that will be Josh Van Manen. Again, your lineup: LeMay and Shell in the front row, McCarron and Croach in row 2, Smith and Slater in row 3, and Garcia going to round out the 7 cars in heat number 1. Flag. Can't get involved because Shell down the back straightaway first time, down into 3 and 4. LeMay in the middle of the racetrack, but these drivers have some race experience here. Just a couple of nights ago, the Monday night. iRacing World of Outlaws World Championships. LeMay leads down into turn number 3 and 4. Back number 2 into the big Shell, trying to put that 85 on the inside of the 99. Shell, LeMay continue to do battle down in the turn number 3 and 4. Jamie McCarran riding in the 3rd position at the moment. LeMay continues to lead the field again. 3 heat races on the program here tonight. This is heat number 1 now. Shell going to the middle of the racetrack, down into 3 and 4. Halfway home, Crossblade sticks her out. LeMay continues to lead again. Smith is unable to do it. Roach has gone back in 7th. He started position number 4, but now we continue to watch the drivers up near the front of the field. LeMay, Shell, Jamie McCarran, all drivers going to the 35-lap main events. With a sign to run to be main. And with the top 4 going automatically through, everybody else will race for position. That any better there? Again, I haven't changed nothing. To run for your race leader LeMay in the 99, looking to take the bounty away from Tyler Shell. Track is still very, very tacky. Hopefully it'll widen up later on to where we'll have a couple of different lines. We welcome in the Doctor, Jerry Vansicle.
Good to be here, Wheeler. Final lap of heat race number 1. LeMay working on up front. Shield, McCarran coming on down. Checkered flag is out. It'll be LeMay, Shield, McCarran, Garcia, Smith, Water, and Krotech. Your top 7 here at the Sprint Car capital of the world here on the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprints. Like we said, there's your top 7 there. The old school of Sims Racing. Gregory LeMay Jr. picking up the win.
All right, again, top 4 will go straight through the main event. Everybody else will race it to be main 4 positions for starting in tonight's 35-lap main event. Heat race number 2. We'll have one heat after this. Let's take a look at how they line up here. Your ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
It's going to be Richie Preston out of Pennsylvania, the 25 on the pole, and Dakota Hartzell. We're driving the Open Wheel Mafia 075.
Leon Carver driving car number 10, going to start position number 2, and Mason Hannigan driving the 1X Black Diamond Motorsports Entry will start position 4.
For final 2 starters, going to see Jeremy Prey driving one of them Open Wheel Mafia sponsored 117 cars, and the 19, the SJP Motorsports of Sam J. Price in the 19. So beautiful overhead shot of the Sprint Car capital of the world. Wheeler makes me feel right at home. I mean, it's only 40 minutes from my house, so it's always fun to do a little virtual Knoxville Raceway.
That's just around the corner, mate.
I know.
That's not even a drive. That's just pull the scooter out and just take it around the corner.
Heck yes. I mean, I could even ride my bicycle there if I wanted to. Great night. Great to have everybody tuned in here for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410s here at the Knoxville Raceway. Like we said, Preston, Hartzell, Hannigan, Carver, Price, and Prey, your 6 cars. Looking here, 35-lap A-Main coming up later this evening as they run past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum and the Clausen Tower back there. Wheeler, I've had the pleasure of going through both of those, and it's quite the view over there. If you ever get to Knoxville sometime, let me know. I'll get you the nickel dime tour back there in turn 2.
We actually, about 3 or 4 months ago, we actually had Mr. Bob Baker here on UDTV.
That Bob Baker, he gets around, doesn't he?
Well, the first time I actually spoke to him. So, anyhow, heat race number 2. Preston will lead down into 1 and 2, Hartzell and Carver. Here comes Mason Hannigan, the 1X machine. Hannigan now moves to position 3. This will complete lap number 1 as Hannigan and Carver. They'll make a little contact. Look out, we got Price going around. Prey gets involved as well.
Price and Prey together over there in turn number 4. It's still going to be Preston, your race leader, Richie Preston, Dakota Hartzell, Mason Hannigan, the 0-1. Hannigan's going to take a look to the inside of the racetrack. Like you said, still a little narrow on the racetrack. Is it a lot of moisture with just these few car heat races out there? They'll work them on down into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Preston, Hartzell, Hannigan, your top 3.
Yeah, this is big for Richie Preston because not only is this guy going to put him on the outside of the front row, it's going to give him a big advantage going into the feature event because Ernie Williams Jr., who he's competing with to finish second, and I believe there's about $50 or $100 prize difference between second and third, but I mean Tyler Shell's already got $600 in his back pocket, but again, these drivers have a chance for an extra $50 if they beat Tyler Shell and claim the bounty on his head tonight.
Bounties are always fun to watch because you know somebody's going to bring the big gun and try to take him down. It is still Hartzell and Hannigan back there working for the 2 and 3 spot. Hannigan going to look to the inside now. Hannigan's got to run down into turn number 1 and 2. Hannigan's going to slide it up, show him the tail tank. Now we'll go wing to wing down the back straightaway. The 75, Dakota Hartzell back on the inside. Hartzell's going to let it slide to the top of turn number 4 as now it's Hannigan once again. Wheeler back on the bottom. You've got a great battle for the runner-up spot.
Oh, this is fantastic, Hartzell and Hannigan. It's like a tennis match, just each throwing sliders at one end of the racetrack and the other crisscrossing out of the turns down the front straight away. Richie Preston continues to lead. Here comes Hannigan back with again another return serve down into 1 and 2 by Hannigan. He'll serve it up to Hartzell, but Hartzell quickly back to his inside. And Hartzell going to return the favour down into 3 and 4. What a race for second and third off for turn number 4. 2 to go.
Pair to go, and the pair is working for the runner-up spot. Hannigan and Hartzell throwing them out like Tootsie Rolls at the Labor Day Parade. Working them on down into turn number 3 and 4. Still your leader, Richie Preston. If he had a mirror, man, he'd be focused on this battle for second. White flag is waving in the starter stand. It's going to be Richie Preston, no problem. He will see him down into turn number 3. It's still Hartzell and Hannigan. Hannigan and Hartzell back and forth, to and fro. Down the front straightaway, Richie Preston with the win. Mason Hannigan, Dakota Hartzell, 1, 2, and 3.
Man, oh man, if that just didn't spice things up just a little bit. Hannigan and Hartzell putting on an absolute show in heat race number 2. Let's take a look at those official results for you. Richie Preston declared your winner. Mason Hannigan home in second and gets it by about 35 1,000ths of a second over Dakota Hartzell in third. Leon Carver fourth, Jeremy Prey fifth, and Sam Price going to round out the top 6. Your third and final heat race sub tonight. Jerry, let's take a look at how they line up with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
I will see P1, P2 go to David Hollett in the 7 car out of the great state of California. And driving the Firmwell Motorsports, number 20, it is Craig Silby. Craig Silby in the 20.
Josh Van Manen in car 5 for the Firm Motorsports will roll off out of position number 3 to his outside in car number 14. He'll drive the Tony Stewart livery. That is Benjamin Wirt, position number 4.
Final 2 starters going to see Aiden Berlin and the 013 and Ernie Williams Jr. driving the 91 out of Ohio. Those are your cars and stars for heat race number 3 here at Knoxville.
Well, one driver gets to go here tonight. You think that Tyler Shell, after winning the last 8 out of 9 weeks, he's had every chance at parking in the victory lane here tonight?
You never know what we're going to see tonight. I mean, anything can happen here at Knoxville. Big sweeping corners, long straightaways, and you know, as long as that top comes around and stays around, it's all momentum up against the Armco.
All right, we'll have to see what happens later on in the 35-lap main event. But here we go, heat race number 3, your third and final heat race of the night. And again, this will the winner out of this one will start position 3. Second place will start 6th. Then we've got 9th and 12th, and then, of course, if we do happen to run into a B main, drivers will start for positions in the main event via the B main finishing spots. Here we go, Hallett and Selby, Van Manen, Wirt, Berlin off a podium last week, and Ernie Williams Jr., who just struggled the last couple of weeks or so, about 4 or 5 weeks, in fact, but Again, we'll see what happens in heat race number 3. Hallett will lead down the back stretch. Here comes Silby all over the back of him. Look at him, 2 by 2 for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
They'll slide him up to make contact. They were 3 wide off of turn number 4. Hallett going to work the race lead. Silby, Berlin, Williams, Van Manen, and Wirt, your 6 cars on a racetrack. Down the back straightaway on the move. Ernie Williams Jr. looking there to the outside. He'll push the cush down into turn number 3 and 4. Hallett still your race leader, Silby, but look at the battle for 3rd. Here comes Williams, slides it across, shows in this Newt. Now the boards are back as Aiden Berlin side by side. They go wheels deep down into turn number 3.
No, these two are putting on another show here in heat race number 3. Williams are going to get clear of Aiden Berlin. He'll shut the door down into turn number 1 and 2. Your leader is Hallett Silby. Couple of car lengths away, but you race for 3rd and 4th. Down the back straightaway, starting to heat up once again because here comes the 13. Aiden Berlin now looking to the outside. He maybe look to go to the crisscross down into turn number 1 and 2, but Ernie Williams Jr. He'll protect that slider line down into 1 and 2. Smart move by Ernie.
Ernie brought her up off the tire, or off the berm on the bottom. Now look at this. Here comes once again Aiden Berlin down to the bottom. Berlin has got to try a slider if he's going to do it. If he can't, like they can't right there, because you watch that 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. protecting it. Down the back straightaway, it's still Hallett, Silby, Williams, Berlin, Wirtz, and Van Manen, your top 6. Down across the stripe this time with about 3 to go.
3 to run next time by. We'll just complete lap number 6 of 10. 10-lap heat races. Your 3rd and final heat race of the night. David Hallett, he has opened up about a 6/10 of a second lead, especially around this type of racetrack, the virtual Knoxville Raceway. That is a big gap to have, considering that we're just closing in now on 3 to run.
Down the back straightaway, still Hallett, Silby, and Williams, your top 3. Williams losing ground to Craig Silby. Silby working it still up in the number 2 spot. Hallett still your leader. Laps, like we said, winding down. Now you see a little over-the-top cushion move. Jump to cushion, the 91 machine of Ernie Williams, but he was able to capitalize and grab that moisture off of turn number 2. Can he do the same off of 4? Not enough. Well, now he's right to the tail tank. White flag is waving. Look at the line. He'll diamond it down. The battle on for the runner-up spot. Hallett's got the lead. The battle for second is going to be Craig Silby. Silby now seeing Williams slide it on around. David Hallett to the race win. Ernie Williams at the line. Craig Silby, your top 3 cars.
Wow, again, another race there. We've seen it with Ernie Williams Jr. in Berlin there at the start, and then Ernie Williams Jr. running down Craig Silby to get that second spot, or second place finished out in heat race number 3. Again, no D main, no C main, no B main required. So let's take a look at the 3rd heat race results coming up on your screen. Hallett, Williams, Silby, Berlin, Wirt, and Van Manen, the 6 drivers to contest heat number 3. Again, no preliminary action, just straight into the 35-lap main event. We've got about a 5-minute warm-up session, so what we'll do, we'll take this opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll play with the settings and come back and just try and get this thing all smoothed out for you right here on Ultimate Dirt TV, the finale of the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Wing Sprint Car Series from the Knoxville Raceway. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Wings Sprint Car Series Championship Night here from the virtual Knoxville Raceway. Brett Willer joined alongside Jerry Vanskill. Jerry, it's good to have you back once again, but let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's final round of the season.
He'll roll off P1 in championship feature night. It is Gregory LeMay in the 99, driving the School Sims Racing. And look at that, from the great state of Pennsylvania, the 25 of Richie Preston.
David Hallett in car number 7 are going to roll off out of position at number 3 to his outside. He's already been crowned the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Car Champion in car number 85 for Elbows Up Sim Sports. That is Tyler Schell.
Going to row number 3, it will be Mason Hannigan from Indiana in the 01, and Ernie Williams Jr., the 91 to his outside from Ohio.
Yeah, the Black Diamond teammates rolling off in row 3. Row number 4 in car number 2M. Now to position number 7, that'll be Jamie McCarran to his outside. Driving car number 75 for Open Wheel Mafia, that is Dakota Hartzell.
We'll go back down under for row number 9 to the inside. That is Craig Silby, driving the Firm Motorsports. Number 20 into his outside, the 114, driving the Open Wheel Mafia machine. That's Joe Garcia in the 114.
Rolling off out of position at number 11, car number 10, that'll be Leon Carver. He's outside. The 13 machine of Aiden Berlin starts position at number 12.
Rolling off in the 13th and 14th starting positions. In the 50, it's Timothy Smith, and the 117 is Jeremy Prey.
Benjamin Moore driving car number 14 will start position number 15. Carl Swader in the 24 going to start position 16.
Then we'll take a look at Sam J. Price in the 19, row number 8 to the inside, to the outside of him, row number 9. Then it will be the 18 machine of Josh Van Mennen, and shotgun will be Phil Kostrich in the 66. And man, the fireworks are lighting up. Championship night here is the season for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting League has come to a close. The final 35 laps, Brett, and they'll run them right here at the famed Sprint Car capital of the world, the virtual Knoxville Raceway.
Yeah, there's about 3 drivers in this field that have had the experience, not only the experience, but the tough experience when it comes to the Knoxville Raceway just a couple of nights ago. Of course, like I mentioned earlier on, the iRacing World of Outlaws World Championship was here at this very, very virtual racetrack. But, Jerry, the Cars and Stars make their way into a 4-wide salute for the final time for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Car Series.
They made their way past the Sprint Car Hall of Fame Museum, past the back stretchers, and as they make their way off at turn number 4, race fans, they're 4 abreast for you. You see them. The fans are on their feet. We got the cameras and going. You've asked for the best. You've got the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 4 abreast down the front straightaway. Give them a hoot, give them a holler. It's their salute to you, and thank you for being with us all season on the Apex Auto Glass and Window Tinting League. Backstretchers, here they come. Hall of Famers, one more time past them, and the Clausen Towers and the gang hanging out at the Casey's across the street as Wheeler. We go back 2 abreast. Of course, championship, if I remember right, during starting lineup, said is already cinched up coming into the first green flag, or the green flag of the feature tonight.
Yeah, Tyler Schell has got the championship and got himself $600 cold hard cash locked in his skyrocket before he even takes a lap in the main event tonight. The more important, the more focused that we're going to challenge or focus on is the guys challenging for 2nd and 3rd. The 25, you said that Flow Racing on the outside entry of the front row. That is Richie Preston. He sits 6 points behind the driver that starts 2 rows back on his outside, the blue and yellow number 91 machine of Ernie Williams Jr. It's certainly going to be a fight for the finish to see who finishes 2nd and 3rd, and there was a bit of prize money separating, I think it was about $50 or $100 separating 2nd and 3rd. So those 6 points, this finishing positions, is going to be a lot when it comes to the main event later on tonight once we wrap things up.
Yes, his points still a factor in this one, as I believe Pace Truck is gone. We are ready to go. They'll come to the chalk stripe. 35 laps here at the Knoxville Raceway. We will go green flag racing It'll be to the outside. That 25 of Richie Preston, like you said, driving that Flow Sports number 25, the Flow Racing, of course. You'll be able to watch the Chili Bowl right there on Flow this year. Watch him into turn 3 and 4 to the yellow flag. Caution on the racetrack. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. As start looked fabulous, but deep in the field is where, well, got a couple of them together and upside down. I've actually sat at the Knoxville Nationals. I think it was a Thursday night prelim night, and kind of same thing happened to Sammy Swindell right there at the front straightaway, except there was more of about 4 or 5 cars involved, and Sammy ended up just outside of victory lane, upside down. But Knoxville can be tricky if you stand on it and get a little too close to the wall off of turn 4. It will do just exactly what we saw there out of the 4 car.
All right, that is Joe Garcia driving that machine. Looks like he's back on pit road. I'm not sure if we'll see him out. Oh, yes, he is. He's got some repairs done on that race car, so he'll make his way back out onto the speedway, and again he'll tag the back of the field. And I guess the good thing about caution laps not counting, where prior to previous seasons with what iRacing have done, where they've given us the option to not count the caution laps. Had he gone back into the pits, there was a good chance that he may have gone a lap down. But obviously being under the yellow flag conditions, we technically don't lose that lap. So that's a saving grace here for Joe Garcia in the 114 machine.
So we'll run around under the caution flag, get this field racked up and stacked up. Of course, iRacing pace vehicle, the old pace truck out there, Wally Price, pace truck driver here at the Knoxville Raceway for years, sitting behind the wheel. Justin Clark in the starter stand. Second generation, of course, Doug Clark, his dad for years. Finally, well, not finally, but hanging up the helmet, hanging up the flags, passing the torch. And here we go off of turn number 4, back to the green flag. It will be down into turn number 1 and 2. Rich Preston, your race leader, going to take it high, wide, and handsome. Off of 2 down the back straightaway. Now the battle for second. Shield and LeMay working side by side, wing to wing, down there on the tire, or down there on the berm and up on the rail they go. Look at the battle for number 2 spot. Back to the caution.
Yeah, a couple of cars
all
involved.
that action for the yellow.
Yeah, a couple of cars involved in this one. Unfortunately, playing Sylvie Leon Carver. Just a number of drivers. Sylvie in the number 20 machine. Let's see what happens here on the Ultimate Dirt to instant replay. Sylvie runs into the back of McCarran, and then there he goes upside down, and Leon Carver as well on the 10. He ends up upside down. Then both drivers again back on all 4. So look, maybe a little bit impatient at the moment, but I think they're just all got to find their groove and get up and make their move. 35 laps is a long way around Knoxville.
Yes, it is, and you don't need to use everything up right at the beginning, because if you do that, then you are going to be in some trouble. So field going to work around back under the caution flag. Hopefully these drivers can find themselves some rhythm, as it is your race leader, Richie Preston, Tyler Shield. Then it is Gregory LeMay, Dave Hollett, Ernie Williams Jr. That is your top 5 on the race surface, as we await the green flag, I believe, hopefully next time by. So down past the back straightaway, I believe caution lights have been turned off. And we are going to be looking back to the chalk stripe in turn at number 4 to go back to the green flag and get these 35-lapper finished up here at Knoxville. Hustling on down, the green flag comes out. Remember, on a big racetrack like this, fuel mileage or fuel will become a factor, or can become a factor. Down the back straightaway, it's going to be Richie Preston, your race leader, Tyler Shield, followed by Gregory LeMay. Now LeMay's going to come to the inside. Shield's going to come to the inside of Richie Preston. Preston on the outside. He'll work it down into turn number 1 and 2. Preston, Shield, Williams, LeMay, your top 4.
Yeah, Williams trying to move there on Gregory LeMay down into 1 and 2. But now here comes Shell back to the inside into turn number 3 and 4. The top side just a little too dominant right now. But I'll tell you what, Tyler Shell, here Carl thought he might have been going for the big slide job down into 1 and 2. He'll have the race lead momentarily. But Preston back to the outside, back to the number 1 spot, down into 3 and 4. LeMay gets clear of Ernie Williams Jr. Mason Hannigan in the 1X machine, working the bottom side, trying to get by David Hallett. But you race down into 1 and 2 early on. Right now it's Richie Preston leading his teammate of Tyler Shell.
A racetrack dominant around the top as they work him on down. Now you see a Tyler Shell going to come down to the inside. Shell going to size up teammate Richie Preston. Preston around the top. Preston right now with the preferred line as it is still LeMay and Williams back there in 3rd and 4th. Everybody going to go fence post formation. And oh, hang on, LeMay got a piece of the outside retaining wall. That's going to open the door for Ernie Williams. Williams is going to capitalize on it. Is Williams and LeMay working still for the number 3 and 4 spot.
LeMay just above the slick down into 1 and 2. He gives the line up higher and gives it free for Ernie Williams Jr. to rocket around the outside. And Williams now looking to close in on Tyler Shell for second as Richie Preston still holds on to the race lead. And right now, you would think that Ernie Williams Jr., if he holds down the 3rd position, you would think that he may have just done enough to get the 2nd place in the championship. But I know Ernie, he's not going to be content with 2nd. And Tyler Shell, he wants an extra $50. He doesn't want the bounty to be claimed by his teammate of Richie Preston, your race leader.
You know you don't want that to happen, so down in the back straight away they go. Here once again comes Tyler Shell. Shell going to look down to the inside on Richie Preston. Preston still there working the top of the racetrack. Ernie Williams, we go on board with him. Look at this. You see him off a 2 down the back straightaway. He can get right to the rear. He can get right to the tail tank of Preston. And look at that big crossover move on Tyler Shell as they work him on down. That's going to put Ernie Williams. He made contact with the outside retaining wall, but it's still Richie Preston, your race leader.
Yeah, Preston continues to lead by about half a second down into 3 and 4. We'll close in on what is technically lap number 12 of this 35-lap main event. But here he comes, looking at Greg LeMay. Now looking to the inside, looking for the move there on Ernie Williams Jr. into 1 and 2 again. Wasn't going to get clear of him, so he had to pull that 99 up. And now David Hallett around the outside. Hallett now going to move into position 4, but here comes LeMay fighting back to the inside. They'll nearly go right rear to left front. And man, oh man, Hallett and LeMay, that was very, very tight into 3 and 4.
Battle for the lead as they get that one dogfight out back there. Down the back straightaway, it's still Richie Preston. Preston is being marred to the inside by Tyler Shell. Shell back on the bottom. Down the front straightaway they go. It will be into turn number 1. Shell trying to come off the bottom to the outside. Richie Preston has been marred there. He is married to the top of the racetrack. Into turn number 3 and 4 still. Richie Preston still your leader. Can Tyler Shell get him this time? Boom, bang, got him by 3 car lengths down into turn 1.
Man, he really made that bottom side work, and Tyler Shell has just taken away the bounty from Richie Preston. And now here comes Ernie Williams Jr. Man, if there's anyone that is good at running the cushion, you gotta go back at least about 2 or 3 months ago, and Ernie Williams Jr. had to be one of the best. He'll run the middle down into 1. He'll look to slide it up the cushion, grab the moisture down past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. 3 car lengths separating Richie Preston and Ernie Williams Jr. Man, other than those first opening couple of laps, we've had a pretty good run so far. About 15, 16 laps of green flag action. And the battle for 2nd and 3rd is on, not only on the racetrack, but also for the championship standings as well.
Exactly. Not only racing for the win, racing for a better position, but racing for the points. It's kind of like winning the battle versus winning the war. Which one do you want? Off a 2 down the back straightaway, still up to the outside. You wonder if Richie Preston, as he's burned some fuel off, is the car getting looser on the top of the racetrack? Is the racetrack going away? Ernie Williams will move right into the number 2 spot. Down the front straightaway, Gregory LeMay back there in the number 4 spot. Watch him. They'll go side by side. LeMay down on the bottom side. To the outside is Preston. Preston still will power it down into turn number 3 in that number 3 spot.
Yeah, Preston is up to go to the middle of the racetrack, down into turn number 3 and 4. That time by, we are 15 circuits away from wrapping up the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. Now you've got a three-way tussle for third, fourth and fifth, because in comes Mason Hannigan in the 1X machine. Just in front of him, Greg Illinois, that's the purple and black machine. The 99 on screen, he'll take third at the start-finish line from Richie Preston. And now here comes Hannigan up on the inside of Richie Preston. Preston fights back on the outside, the race down the backstretch. Man, it is a good one, Jerry.
Watch that little hurricane working down on the bottom side. Hannigan downstairs, working off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Preston, like we said, you wonder if he's used it up. You wonder if the fuel's gone a little low. We'll see what happens. Down the back straightaways, they work lap traffic. That 75 of Dakota Hartzell. Going to see the field go on by. Now it's LeMay to the outside of the number 99 of Preston. Preston back there as we work him on in. Lap traffic still a part in that one. Price there in the mix of this one, a lap down now.
Yeah, Price and Hartzell just getting put a lap down for the drivers from second, third, fourth, as LeMay just starting to move away from Mason Hannigan driving the 1X machine on the on his race car. Scored as the 0-1. Again, that's third and fourth. And again, Hannigan, he tried to sort of become the hard charger, had started from the back of a number of feature events. We've seen him come through the field as well. Unfortunately for Mason Hannigan, some of those nights just didn't go so well, but right now, Tyler Shell, he's got a 1.5 second lead over Ernie Williams Jr., and that's the way they run out of turn number 4. That by will complete lap number, what is technically 26, which means we are inside of 10 to go with 9 remaining as we come down the back stretch with Tyler Shell.
Tyler Shell has made this one look easy out front once he put Richie Preston back a handful of spots. Ernie Williams Jr., Gregory LeMay, Mason Hannigan, Richie Preston. That's your top 5 as we complete another one. 9 to go this time. Still out front working the lap traffic is Tyler Shell.
Man, Shell's just doing it all too easy out in front. Not only did he pick up $600 for winning the championship before he even turned a lap coming into tonight, he technically didn't even have to turn up tonight, and he still wins a 10-week championship in 9 races by winning 8 of those and finishing second in the opening round of the season. He's looking to make it 9 in a row, and you almost got to run, you almost nearly run out of things to ask the man when he's been so dominating. As we've got 6 to run, and not only has he picked up $600, he's looking to pick up an extra $50 because he's looking to take away the bounty that nobody else could claim.
He could do it all. I tell you what, after winning one of these, he might just have to come back and try it again. Go 2 for 2. Speaking of 2, there we are with the number 2 place runner, the 91 of Ernie Williams. Gregory LeMay back there in third. Mason Hannigan has clawed his way up to the number 4 spot, and I believe that's where he's probably going to end up unless something happens up front with your top 3 cars. Hannigan back there in the number 4 spot. Richie Preston, like we said, led the opening circuits of this one and is filtered back into the number 5 spot.
Yeah, he just closed in there. The 25 of Richie Preston just closed in on Mason Hannigan into 1 and 2. Just there on that previous lap, and with 3 circuits remaining, 1.5 miles away from victory lane. Tyler Shell, again, that gap has widened up over 2 seconds now. Ernie Williams Jr. looking to secure a second spot, not only tonight here in the main event, but also in the championship standings. He held a 6-point advantage over Richie Preston. We go into 1 and 2. Your race leader is down the back stretch. He's got a lap and a half to run, Jerry.
Laps winding down on this one. He is going to put the cherry on the sundae by not only winning the championship, taking the bounty, and winning the final feature of the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting Championship League Series. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3, getting past the lap cars. Lap cars will say, hey, she's all yours. Checkered flags, twin checkers for Tyler Shell. Picking up the win, Ernie Williams, Gregory LeMay, Mason Hannigan, and Richie Preston rounding out your top 5 as the sky lights up with beautiful fireworks here. And what a great end and a nightcap to your Apex Auto Glass and Tinting Championship 410 Sprint League. And man, great action here at the Knoxville Raceway Wheeler.
Well, we just went about 33 green flag laps just there because we got a caution on the opening lap. And then we went back to green. We got a caution again pretty much instantaneously. So we say 32, 33 laps of green flag action. There is the champion. He's put it up on his side. So he won't get to do any more donuts. He won't actually be able to go into Knoxville victory lane. But we'll see if we can get that car back on all fours to continue putting on a show here at the Knoxville Raceway. Let's take a look at those official results for you. Tyler Shell, again, crowned champion, $600 richer, plus an extra $50 with the bounty that was unable to be claimed by anyone to beat him in the last two main events. He'll make it 9 in a row in the season, 9 out of the 10 races. Ernie Williams Jr. home in second. He'll also clinch second in the championships. Gregory LeMay home in third here tonight. Mason Hannigan fourth. And rounding out the top 5 goes to your early race leader of Richie Preston. He'll take third in the championship standings after the 10 weeks. David Hallett in sixth. Tim Smith 7th. Benjamin Wirt 8th. Aidan Berlin 9th. And Phil Croach rounding out your top 10.
Taking a look at the rest of the field, it'll be Josh Van Manen in 11th. 12th will go to Jamie McCarron. Jeremy Prey in the 13th spot. Joe Garcia 14th. 15th going to be Kyle Swalder. Then we'll see Leon Carver, Sam J. Price, Dakota Hartzell, and Craig Silby rounding out your 19th finishing position. So that will wrap things up. And it looks like we've got our podium finishers working their way down into victory lane here at Knoxville.
All right, I'll tell you what, we're going to go and have a walk down into the pit area and chat to the driver that comes home in third place here tonight, driving the School of Sim Racing, caliber 99. Greg, congratulations, buddy, on this podium. It was a hell of a race. Pretty much the 32, 33 green flag laps there in the end, all going green to check out other than those first couple of cautions.
Yeah, it was a great race tonight. We've had a couple that have gone pretty long with some cautions and stuff like that, but at the end of the season, they tapped it off with a good one. So it was a fun time.
Coming into tonight, obviously Monday night, you had a bit of practice here, obviously with the pro stuff. Did you sort of learn anything from that one that you sort of brought into tonight here?
I'd like to say yes. This is my Achilles heel usually here at Knoxville. So to put it on the box at Knoxville is impressive for me. I came into this one hoping to just be able to put it in the top 5, top 10. So I guess, yeah, I'd say watching those guys duke it out on Monday really helped me out. And I'm trying to get better every week, I'm sure, as you are too, Brett. Yeah. Well, we'll leave that discussion for off air of what can be changed. But Greg, obviously, yeah, thanks for coming out and running the Apex Auto Glass Tinting 410 Sprint Car Series. Over the 10 weeks, what have you learned, in the 410s and running at the different various tracks? I need to learn that I need to hook a chain to the back of Tyler Shell's car and just go with that. He's a good friend, turned into a good friend of mine. Him and the Levels Up guys have been working with me and helping me out a lot. So just hook a chain there and learn the most you can every single week, and it pays off. If you're out there and you're not where you want to be, watch the guys who are better, and it does pay off. It helps.
No, buddy. Well, look, well done on third place. Again, thanks for running with the Apex guys all season long. Before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes the wheels turn on this 99 team?
Definitely shout out to the guys running this league. I mean, Josh Van Man put on a great show with some awesome money for us to compete for, and got a good group of guys together. I want to shout out to Tommy Brandon over at SSR as always. I mean, he's been with me since day one, so a huge shout out getting me here. 5-6 Graphics always make my car look sweet. I've got Bruce Klingon, my practice buddy. Tim Smith at TSM helping me get the cars dialed in every week, and then SKD or Scott King Design taking some sweet photos and always letting us show off. So, and thank you for putting it on and doing an awesome job of the broadcast as always.
All right, there we go. Greg LeMay home in third place. We'll send it down. No, you know what? We're going to keep walking down the. We're going to keep walking down the way, so I'm going to chat to the driver that comes home second place tonight, and also in the championship, Ernie Williams Jr. Congratulations, buddy, on this second place. This racetrack, the cushion used to be very good here. The cushion wasn't as near dominant as what we've seen it in previous months.
No, it seemed like it was about a lane off up and all the way out until exit, and I didn't even really run the cushion on entry at all tonight. I mean, it just seemed like it was a little baby slider line. And once that slick started to build up to the cushion there a little bit, you could just almost run it in and just they left a little bit of tacky right around about a car length down off the cushion, then just drifted up coming out to the wall and hammer on out of the corner. I got tight in the middle there towards the end, man. It's screwing me all up on the way out and on the exit, and just couldn't get it. I changed the little things on the setup. I mean, it worked early, but man, it seemed like that's about the last 7-8 laps. I mean, I had my wing at 0 still. It was just super tight to the middle.
Well, coming into tonight, you were 6 points clear of Richie Preston for second and third. There was, I'm not sure if it was $50 or $100 prize money separating second and third after tonight. Did that sort of play on your mind during the heat race or during qualifying? Because it almost looked like qualifying lately, you really seem to be struggling.
But struggling bad. Yeah, when I qualified next to last, I was like, well, I guess we'll take the third place. I mean, especially seeing him, I think ended up finishing second. So I knew he was going to start up there. So I knew I was cut. I was behind 8 ball for him to get up. Luckily, I got to the third heat. The track was a little wider. I managed to, I forget who I passed, but I managed to pass what's-her-face for second, which allowed me to start sixth, which saved me, really. And I figured I didn't know how many points were separated. I mean, I knew what we were separated, but I didn't know how many points the actual point system worked. So I really didn't know. I just wanted to at least be behind him or in front of him. I knew if I finished in front of him, I'd be good. But, Greg was up there. So I'm like, man, and they let a lot of laps up there early. So I was kind of getting a little nervous. I knew it was tight. I didn't know if Richie won, I figured he would probably beat me in the points, even because I was looking at probably third or fourth at that point in time. And, but yeah, I played not a big role, but I definitely thought about it from qualifying on, to be honest. I was down at qualifying and second at my heat race, kind of put the spirits up a little bit. Then I went out there in hot laps, man. I was third quick, second quick. So I was like, okay, we're ready. We'll go out here and should be able to move forward. And we did.
Well, move forward. You did. You move up 4 positions from the 6th starting spot to come up second tonight, and also second in the championship. Bernie, thanks again for running with the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Car Series. Before we let you go, buddy, one final time, sponsors, shouts, all that good stuff, mate. Who makes all this happen for you?
Absolutely, Black Diamond Motorsports, big part of the team owners and stuff. Tim's Dirt Track Simulators from Lima, Ohio. He helps out a bunch. Apex Auto Glass, them guys coming on board, title sponsor. Ultimate Dirt TV, big thanks for you, Brett, doing the broadcast and all that. And, Josh for putting the league up, and all the guys behind the scene that make this thing go. Brandon Savage, I think he's Race Control, or Brandon Morgan, one of them, or Race Control, if not both of them. They might have been both, but thanks to them guys for coming out here every Wednesday and helping us out, man. Hopefully we'll get better next year, and maybe we can win us one of them championships.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ernie Williams Jr. home in second spot. As Jerry, you caught up not only with our race winner tonight, but also the man that comes home $650 richer after tonight.
Standing down here in victory lane with your champion, Tyler Schell. Tyler, first off, congratulations, and what a season.
Yeah, thank you. It was, I think, 9 wins in a second, so it's definitely a really good season for sure.
Yeah, walk us through this deal. I mean, did you have, everybody always, I don't care whether it's racing outside, whether it's the iRacing stuff, everybody sets expectations for a championship or a run in a series. When you started the league off, did you even imagine you were going to have the season you had?
Not what I had. I was just going to focus on big picture racing, just be consistent, and maybe get a championship. But it definitely turned out for the better. I got my goal of the championship, but definitely didn't think I was going to win. I thought I would maybe win a couple, but not 9 in a row for sure.
So kind of one of those, you had to pinch yourself to make sure you weren't dreaming seasons, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Tell us about the feature run tonight. Looks like, Richie kind of got out there a little bit. Not sure if he just was losing some fuel or if he'd burned burned that top line up. But it looked like you were able to use about 2 or 3 different lanes out there to bring that thing to the front.
Yeah, I would use a little quicker than me in the beginning there, just running the top. And I knew I wasn't just going to beat him running that flat out top. So I tried to go to the bottom there, and I screwed up off 2 once, and I got into Ernie, so I'm sorry about that. But I just and then put some laps together running the bottom, and I got to him, got by him. And then I started running that, and just it started getting real slimy and slick off the corners. So I went searching. I found that lane off side of the cushion. I was just super, super tight, trying to not wreck it and put it in the wall once I hit the cushion. The car just had so much drive in, and once I hit the grip, I just wanted to go right the whole time. So that was my biggest key, was just trying to keep it out of the wall. I hit it a couple times there off 4, but just try to be consistent and keep it on all 4 wheels.
All right. Well, always a good-looking hot rod. I know a lot of people have helped you get to this Apex Auto Glass and Window Tinting Championship. Now's the time to let them shine and thank them for what they do. Who you got on the car?
I'd like to thank Apex Auto Glass, everybody with the admin team for putting the season on. Definitely look forward to racing next season, and iRacing iFlag for sponsoring the Series 2, and then you guys for broadcast, and then Elbows Up Simsport and their sponsors, Flow Racing, Interstate Speedway, Motorsports Beat, Jessup Logistics, Paint Spot Tune Again, Hergot Real Estate, BSR, Overall Photogas, Kentrefetz Apparel, Roofco, and Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation.
All right. Well, they know who they are. They know that they are part of a championship team here on iRacing and part of the Apex Auto Glass Tinting. And sure, we'll see you back behind the wheel most about any night you can. And we wish you the best of luck in the future voyages, and hopefully get you back with us on here for this league next season.
All right, tell you what, we're going to chat to the man that's put on the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Wing Sprint Cars. Who's bringing Josh Fairmanner. Josh, first of all, thank you for putting on the series, and thanks for allowing Ultimate Dirt to be part of the action. We know you got some words to say, just to finish up the night.
Yeah, well, first off, it was a pleasure to have you guys. I'm newer to the sim, but I'm a dirt guy, and as soon as I jumped on, your guys' name stood out. So first off, I cannot thank you enough, Brett, for the production value you brought to this series. I'm convinced we wouldn't be where we are without you guys, so huge shout out to you guys, first off. Second off, huge shout out to Apex Auto Glass and Tinting, obviously the title sponsor on the series, as well as the title sponsor for my team, the Firm Motorsports. They also made the big prize pool us able to do that, so huge hats off to Ryan Fruge, who's actually one of our race controllers. That's his company, and those guys. Also, thanks Majors Garage, iRacing iFlag, a couple of the other guys we've had kind of silent partners on this whole deal. And then I guess just to close it, Season 2 will begin here shortly. Brett, I need to talk to you about that. And after the first of the year, we're looking at Season 2 getting going. Same thing, open 410s, 10 weeks. And then we will also be adding a 3,000 iRating capped 360 series that will kind of serve as a development series to get into the 410s. Brett and Jerry, you guys know, have been around this series quite a bit. We've had some trouble getting some races going. Seems like once we get going, the green flag runs seem to get longer and longer, but we've had a little bit of trouble. So maybe the guys can drop down into that 360 series, clean it up a little bit in the 410s. But I guess that's all I got. 10 weeks come and gone. It goes quick. And thank you to everybody that's been a part of it. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in. And yeah, that's it. I kind of talked your ear off there for about 2 minutes, but
yeah, fine. You blink and you miss a week. You miss those 10 weeks. But if people want to get involved, with the 360s or the 410s, how can they do that? Where do they go and not only apply, but where can they follow on the Facebook pages and the and the social media side of things?
Absolutely. Well, my team, The Firm, we're pretty much everywhere. It's at The Firm Esports over on Instagram. It's just The Firm Motorsports on Facebook, www.thefirmmotorsports.com, and then at Firm Esports over on Twitter. They can pay attention to any of those socials, and they'll be able to catch the announcement for Season 2.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much for your series over the last 10 weeks. It's been enjoyable, and what a way to finish up with about 32 or 33 green flag laps there in the end.
Thank goodness. We've been trying all year to get something like that, and I'm glad it finally happened.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Van Manen from the Firm Motorsports, the series organizer, along with a whole list of other people behind the scenes, companies that really helped put on this deal. And Jerry, you've been with us for I think the last 2-3 weeks here with the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting. As always, buddy, we're glad to have you along for the ride, and who knows what season 2 is going to hold for us. But thank you so much for your time here tonight.
You bet. I look now that I know season 2 is right after the first of the year. It's I'm looking as forward to it as Tiger King season 2, so it should be exciting. I'm jacked up that adding that 360 program. I know I've had some people ask me that hey, what are you going to be announcing? What are you going to be doing? And that's we'll be sure to let your friends, families, and everybody know that season 2. With having the 360s and the opens, we can double the pleasure and double the fun on Wednesday night. So it should be a great season 2 coming up for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting League.
All right. Again, a big thanks to, of course, Apex Auto Glass and Tinting, and also the Firm Motorsports and all the admin team that helped put this on. I know there was 2 or 3 admins that for the entire 10 weeks they took a back seat and they were in race control. To let other people have the fun. Again, a big thanks to those guys. They know who they are. And a big thanks to our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. A big thanks to, of course, World of Thunder Esports League and Rocket Racing Setups. Don't forget, check them out on all their social media pages. Give them likes, shares, follows, and all that good stuff. But again, that'll wrap us up here from the Knoxville Raceway. Tyler Shell, $650 richer. 9 wins from the past 9 races. He got a second in week number 1. He was the man to beat. Season number 2 for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting. Stay tuned next year for that announcement to come hopefully later on in the coming weeks with the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Car Series, along with, again, we heard it earlier, with the 360s as well. So we'll look forward to having hopefully both of those right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. But on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the managers behind the scenes, on behalf of Jerry Vansickle and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell. Good night from Knoxville. We'll see you back here, actually, on Sunday night with the World of Thunder Esports League. Good night.